When I was in bed with the 18-year-old girl, that old man pushed the door open. He turned out to be the girl's elder, and trailing behind him was my cheating wife. I discovered Selena was cheating on her 30th birthday. She'd gone to the restroom and forgotten her phone. A man's profile picture popped up on the screen, along with an incredibly suggestive and disgusting message. "Wanna do you tonight?" I instantly felt like I was drowning, suffocating. Unlocking Selena's phone, I saw his contact name was William. William was my wife's first love. When Selena and I first got together, she'd mentioned him. William was the boyfriend of Selena's college classmate. Selena had a crush on him, but then William moved to another city for work and dumped her. Later, William married and had a daughter, and then he got divorced. I scrolled through Selena and William's text messages. It turned out they'd been having an affair for the past 6 months, those scumbag and tramp/bitch, cheating on me multiple times, even in the bed I usually slept in. I took out my own phone and started screen recording Selena's phone. After backing up all the evidence, I pretended as if nothing had happened and waited for Selena to come out of the bathroom. The moment I saw Selena, I decided, since Selena cheated with an old man, I would get revenge. I would give Selena a huge surprise. To get back at Selena, I needed to find a young, beautiful girl. I set my sights on Lily, who was mentioned in Selena and William's text messages. She was William's daughter. William had told Selena that his daughter was very independent. As a freshman in college, she was already working part-time, spending her weekends working at a coffee shop off campus. To engineer a meeting, I went to that coffee shop by myself one weekend. Even though I already knew what Lily looked like, I was still stunned when I saw the sweetheart carrying coffee walking towards me from a distance. Lily took the coffee from the tray and was about to place it in front of me. I intentionally reached out to take it, pretending to knock the cup over. The rich coffee in the cup spilled onto my clothes along the table edge. I stood up in a panic. Lily immediately looked mortified. She quickly apologized. "I'm so sorry. Where's the restroom? I need to wash this off." I furrowed my brow slightly, my eyes fixed on Lily. Lily quickly led the way for me. Fortunately, the shop wasn't busy, so Lily didn't have to serve other customers. I deliberately walked quickly into the restroom, letting the water soak my clothes even more. Looking at myself in the mirror, I smirked victoriously. "Hello," Lily called out apologetically when she saw me come out. But when she saw my chest soaked, she instinctively looked away. Her voice was noticeably less steady than before. "Your clothes are wet. You can't go out like this. Why don't you go to the staff room and change? As for the clothes you're wearing, I'll take them to the dry cleaners for you." I pretended to look troubled and whispered, "All right then." I really hadn't expected to get into Lily's private space so quickly. I went to Lily's staff room, crossed my arms over my chest, and just stared at Lily. "Here, this shirt is new. You can change into it." I watched Lily, and when I saw the tips of her ears turn red, I couldn't help but curl my lips into a smile. She really was an innocent girl. "Thank you, sweetheart," I said to her in a teasing tone. Lily left somewhat awkwardly. She closed the door and stood guard outside. I took off all my clothes. I didn't immediately put on the shirt Lily had given me. Instead, I deliberately called out towards the door, "What's wrong?" Lily didn't hesitate and pushed the door open. But when she got a clear look at me, Lily rushed back out as if she'd been burned by fire. I smiled, having gotten my way. After changing, I walked out of the staff room. I didn't see Lily waiting by the door. The goal of provoking Lily had been achieved. There was no need for me to stay any longer. After all, I shouldn't scare off this 18-year-old Lily all at once. Since I needed to return the clothes, we exchanged contact information. I packed up my tablet and left the daily grind. A few days later, I finally received a text from Lily. "Honey, the clothes are dry cleaned. Where do you live? I can bring them over." I wasn't home. "Send me your address. I'll come to you." A smile touched my eyes. The message came. She sent me the location of a bar. I couldn't help but quirk my lips. She really was a hard-working and proactive young woman, always juggling part-time jobs. As soon as I entered the corner bar, I saw Lily making drinks at the bar, already surrounded by several men. I didn't walk over right away, but quietly watched her turn down one guy after another. After Lily turned down the 10th man, I walked up to the bar. "Here are your clothes." Lily snapped back to attention, immediately pulled the bag hidden under the counter, and handed it to me. I took it, but didn't leave right away. I said to Lily, "Get me a bottle of whiskey." Lily looked like she wanted to say something, but ended up saying nothing. I took the whiskey and, without a care, chugged half the bottle. Time passed by minute. Around midnight, Lily got off work, and I was slumped over the bar, pretending to be drunk. "It's late. You're drunk. I'll help you call your family," Lily murmured in my ear. I suddenly sat up, acting completely wasted. I grabbed her waist and even buried my head against her side. "I don't have any family. Just leave me alone. I suddenly released Lily, pulled out a wad of cash, threw it on the counter, and walked straight towards the bar exit. My steps were unsteady, as if I might collapse at any moment. You forgot your clothes. Lily caught up to me. My performance had officially begun, kneeling on the ground, sobbing as if the most wronged person in the world. Am I really that terrible? Is that why I don't have any friends? Does everyone hate me? Honey, if you don't mind, I can be your friend. Hearing Lily's words, I grinned foolishly, perfectly portraying a drunken state, so Lily couldn't tell. I even danced in front of Lily, like a rowdy child. But vaguely, I saw Lily, who had her hand out, ready to steady me. Her lips curved slightly upward. I was weaving a web, and Lily was eagerly walking right into it. Just a few days later, I decided to go find Lily again. Through our texts these past few days, I already knew her schedule. I was going to give Lily a surprise. At 4 in the afternoon, I stood outside Riverside University, holding a black umbrella. I deliberately took a picture of the university entrance and posted it on my social media feed. I specifically set the privacy to show it only to Lily. After doing all that, I waited calmly, waiting for Lily to contact me first. Just as I expected, less than 2 minutes after posting, Lily sent me a message. Honey, are you at the university? Lily's message was straightforward text. I used voice input. I was in the area for something, but I didn't expect the rain to be this heavy. I got completely soaked. Then I remembered you go to school here and thought I'd come see you. I was afraid I'd interrupt your classes. After sending the voice message, I even listened to it myself. It was a bit cheesy, but naive young women like Lily fall for that kind of thing. Wait for me. Staring at those 2 words, I finally chuckled out loud. Before long, Lily arrived. Honey, I heard a voice calling from not far away. I looked up and saw Lily in a white dress, full of youthful vitality. Honey, why didn't you find somewhere to hide from such heavy rain? Lily frowned, looking me up and down. I was just worried you wouldn't be able to find me. After saying that, I sneezed. Seeing Lily staring at me, I deliberately hunched my shoulders, acting cold. Hearing this, Lily pressed her lips together. Let's go. I'll take you to my place. I was secretly delighted. I deliberately reached out to touch Lily's hand. When my hand met Lily's and she didn't pull away, I smiled faintly. But I noticed Lily's cheeks seemed to be turning red. I realized Lily was shy. This was exactly what I wanted. 20 minutes later, I followed Lily to her apartment. It was about what I'd found in my research. Lily lived alone in a studio apartment. It was probably the apartment her dad bought for her. Although it was a small place, it was neat and clean. I even thought to myself, how could a scumbag like William raise such a well-behaved child like Lily? But the thought of sleeping with Lily, turning her into a bad girl, and completely shattering that man's hopes gave me a strange sense of satisfaction. My clothes are all wet. Can I use your bathroom to take a shower? After taking off my clothes, I deliberately wrung out the hem of my shirt. Lily turned around to look at me. She had a hairdryer in her hand, but when she saw my exposed abs, her eyes went slightly wide, and she even swallowed. Of course, I noticed Lily's reaction and was quite pleased. How could an innocent girl be a match for a seasoned man like me? I smirked and deliberately winked at Lily. No. Lily snapped back to attention and immediately looked away. Of course you can. After getting the affirmative answer, I deliberately went into the bathroom. I showered as quickly as possible, and about 10 minutes later, I suddenly screamed. What's wrong? Lily's anxious voice came from outside the door. I immediately pretended to be in unbearable pain in the bathroom. Lily probably thought I had fallen, given how much noise I made. She pounded on the door, but it wasn't closed. When she knocked, the door opened automatically. Lily saw me and immediately turned away, and I wasn't wearing any clothes. I walked directly towards Lily. I walked up behind Lily and wrapped my arms around her from behind. My entire body was pressed against Lily's back with nothing between us. Lily froze. I could clearly feel her spine stiffen. I deliberately whispered into Lily's ear, "Young woman, don't you like me? But I like you." What is like? Since being betrayed by my wife, I had lost the ability to like someone. But to trick Lily, I could pretend to be very much in love with her. Lily seemed to believe what I said. After a long while, she spoke in a hoarse voice. "You should put on some clothes quickly." But I simply lowered my head and kissed Lily's earlobe. Everything happened so naturally. I originally thought Lily would resist for a bit, but in fact, I had started the fire, but Lily was the one who fanned it into the most intense blaze. She pushed me onto the twin bed, and I endured the storm of youth. It had been a long time since I felt such complete release. I took Lily again and again. When I finally stopped, I was completely satisfied. I couldn't help but sigh. Being young is great. I had originally planned to leave after a few minutes, but I ended up sleeping for half the day. When I woke up, I found Lily was no longer in bed, but she had made something for me to eat and left a note. Honey, I had to go out urgently for something. I made some oatmeal. If you wake up, you can eat it. Looking at the note Lily wrote, I felt a strange sensation. Why was I feeling a hint of guilt? When did I become so kind that I would feel I shouldn't trick an innocent child like Lily? With complex emotions, I quickly changed clothes, grabbed my bag, and left. I started going silent, because I was trying to figure out what the best course of action was. For 3 consecutive days, I didn't respond to Lily, but Lily kept calling and texting me. I had originally decided that if Lily stopped bothering me, I wouldn't continue to use her. But then I found that William was becoming even more aggressive. He was actually trying to figure out if my arrogant wife Selena was transferring marital assets. So I deliberately sent Lily a message. I'm sick. After a sad emoji was my home address. Immediately after, I called Selena. Just as I suspected, Selena hung up on me, but immediately sent me a message. What is it? I'm in a meeting. Looking at Selena's message, I felt my stomach churn. I was indeed home, just not sick. But now, I felt truly ill, sickened by Selena. What meeting? I had already asked people at the company. Selena hadn't been to work in 3 days. Selena and William had been shacked up together for 3 days. I hadn't planned for Selena to come back, so I deliberately set up the house beforehand. As soon as Lily arrived, I would invite her to watch a movie. But the movie would actually be a video I had someone secretly film of Selena and William cheating together. To provoke Lily, to use Lily's hand to destroy William. That would be much more exciting than doing it myself. Ding dong. The doorbell rang. I deliberately pulled the collar of my pajamas down on my shoulder, looking disheveled, and walked to the front door, opening it. Lily stood outside, looking travel-worn. Her eyes were red. After our eyes met, she didn't say a word, rushed into the house, and threw her arms around me. I froze, not yet reacting, when a torrent of kisses came down on me. I felt my lips being bitten hard. A thought surfaced in my mind. After a few days apart, how did Lily, who was still a novice at certain things, become so skilled at kissing? Everything that followed happened incredibly naturally. I think I was probably just addicted to Lily's body, which is why I let her do whatever she wanted. When everything was over, Lily gently took care of me as I lay on the sofa. I'm married, you know? I took a spoonful of oatmeal that Lily offered and asked deliberately. For some reason, I felt a pang of softness. I even thought that it might be nice if Lily stayed by my side. The moment that thought occurred, I felt guilty. No, I should feel hatred for that man, William. I shouldn't be soft-hearted towards his daughter either. I had rehearsed the situation before me several times in my head. I expected Lily to be shocked and then lash out at me, but I never imagined it would be like this. Lily put down the bowl and spoon, calmly took me into her arms, and said softly, I know, but I still like you. Since you came after me, and I like you, I'll stay with you for life. I'll never let go. I couldn't describe the feeling. It was a little bitter, a little panicked. The girl before me was too sincere. I looked away, unable to meet Lily's gaze directly. Lily pressed on. What about honey? Do you still love her? Who? Your. She couldn't say the word wife. I was amused by Lily's reaction and chuckled, asking, would you love someone who betrayed you? Neither Lily nor I spoke again. After a long while, Lily seemed to steel herself. She spoke slowly. Honey, I like you. Will you be my boyfriend? And please don't disappear on me again, okay? The girl's earnestness almost made me abandon my plan to use her. But I hadn't expected everything to happen so suddenly. The closed door was open from the outside. The moment the door opened, I saw Selena, whom I hadn't seen in a while, and the man I hated most, William. And Lily, of course, saw William, her good father. You too. Selena wasn't stupid. How could she not see the relationship between Lily and me? Selena's eyes were filled with shock and confusion, and William's face contorted in various expressions. Lily, get over here. William shouted at Lily, his voice full of emotion. What is your relationship with this man? I could clearly feel William was on the verge of going crazy. Dad, he's my boyfriend. I hadn't expected Lily to dare say that. I saw William's hands tremble, and his expression became particularly twisted. I slowly walked toward Selena and William. I deliberately didn't look at Selena's face and extended my hand towards William, greeting him. What a coincidence. You're with my ex-wife, and my girlfriend turns out to be your daughter. My words completely enraged William. William was driven completely insane by what I said. He raised his hand, ready to slap me across the face. I was about to raise my hand to block it, but Lily grabbed William's hand. Dad, why are you hitting him? Lily yelled. William looked at Lily in disbelief. Do you know what crazy things you're saying? Lily held William's hand and glanced at me. Her gaze was complex, making it impossible for me to look back. I immediately lowered my head. I don't know what happened next. My mind was a blur. I only know that Lily took William away. Are you happy? Selena said to me coldly. Why did you do this to me and William? William and I truly love each other. Truly love each other? Selena, I'll grant you that. I've already signed the divorce agreement. You'll leave with nothing. If you don't agree, the video I took of you and that man William in bed will be posted online. Don't say I didn't spare your reputation then. I had already prepared for the divorce. Seeing Selena staring at me, I pointed the projector at her with a stern face. Selena and William's disgusting conversation echoed in the living room. Turn it off. Hurry. You crazy man. I threw the remote control directly at Selena. My patience is wearing thin. I hope I won't have to see you again after the divorce cooling off period ends. I thought I wouldn't have any more involvement with Lily. But that evening, I received a message from Lily. Honey, I'm sorry. I apologize for my dad. I won't bother you again. For some reason, as I stared at that message, I couldn't help but feel like crying. I didn't reply to Lily. I even blocked all her contact information. I personally cut off all possibilities between Lily and me. Everything felt like a dream, and I began my new life step by step. Right after the waiting period required by law for the divorce ended, I divorced Selena. After the divorce, I heard that Selena and William were together, but they seemed to quarrel often. I also heard that William was in the hospital after a car accident. But none of that had anything to do with me. Having left the scumbag and tramp/bitch behind, I felt reborn. So the first thing I did was take a picture of my marriage certificate and post it on my social media feed. With the caption, "To the freedom I will always love." Many friends started leaving comments expressing concern, but I didn't reply to any of them. I wanted to see if Lily had liked it, but then I foolishly realized I had already blocked Lily's messaging app contact. How could she possibly see my social media post? But I often dreamed of Lily, dreaming of every moment we spent together. When I woke up from the dream, the corners of my eyes were even damp. I finally realized that I hadn't just used Lily. I had also lost my heart. Looking at the photos of Lily I had secretly taken on my phone, I forced a smile, a bitter expression on my face. One day in June, I wasn't feeling well and went to the hospital for a checkup. Walking down the hospital corridor, I instantly recognized Lily's back. She seemed a bit taller than before, but looked thinner. I didn't dare approach her. I even instinctively wanted to hide. Just as I was about to turn and leave, Lily turned around. She saw me too, and she was the one who greeted me first. Honey. That long-lost honey made my emotions complicated. I responded awkwardly. What are you doing here? Lily pursed her lips and replied. My dad was in a car accident. He broke his leg. He got depressed and tried to kill himself, so he was rushed to the hospital. They just saved him this morning. Oh. I gave a dry response and prepared to leave. The atmosphere between Lily and me was incredibly awkward and strange. Honey, Lily suddenly called out. While I was still stunned, she had already grabbed my wrist. I silently looked at Lily, guessing what she was going to say. I even thought Lily would curse me because of her father. But in fact, Lily didn't. I had thought too crudely. Lily was truly a gentle girl to her core. Honey, if I said I like you, could you give me another chance to start over? Lily's eyes were full of starlight. I was stunned. I didn't understand what was going on with Lily. Why was she suddenly confessing her feelings again? Shouldn't she hate me because of her father? What if your dad doesn't agree? I asked subconsciously. Lily replied with surprising determination. Then I'll cut ties. You? Was this still the gentle girl Lily I knew? Lily then rolled up her sleeves in front of me. Her arms were covered in scars. Who did this? My emotions were stirred. Lily smiled bitterly. My dad did. It's strange, isn't it? Growing up, everyone thought I didn't have a dad and treated me like an orphan. After all, my dad kept me around just to beat me whenever he was upset. He'd hit me when he was happy, and he'd hit me when he was unhappy. Because he thought I was a bastard. He believed I ruined his happiness. I've endured it all these years. I've done everything I could. If he still insists on interfering with me liking you, then I'll have to completely cut ties with him. My heart softened completely. I had no idea about everything Lily had gone through. It turned out that in the relationship between me, William, and Selena, Lily was the truly innocent one. My eyes grew moist. Lily held me in her arms. She choked out. Now can you forgive me? A lot of people are pursuing me. I deliberately pushed Lily away. People pursuing me could line up from here to France and beyond. Lily chuckled, amused. She said flirtatiously, then can I be the first in line? Why should I let you cut in line? What's so special about you? Lily leaned close to my ear and deliberately lowered her voice. Honey, I'm young. I have good stamina. I can satisfy you. My face instantly turned red. In broad daylight, in public, Lily actually said something like that to me. Later, Lily and I got together. That man William was naturally unhappy, but he didn't have the time to focus on Lily right then. Halfway through, Selena regretted it and came back asking to get back together, but Lily chased her away. I smiled and said, "You've never argued with anyone before." Lily kissed the corner of my lips and said softly, "For you, I'm willing." After we started our wonderful sex life, I discovered that Lily truly had a good temper and was extremely possessive. Of course, she also gave me plenty of a sense of security. Every time I went to pick her up from Riverside University, if we ran into her classmates or secret admirers on the way, Lily would instinctively hide in my embrace and gently introduce me to them. "This is my boyfriend." At first, I cared about what others said about me dating an 18-year-old Lily, but later, I didn't care at all, because I felt a happiness I had never felt before, a happiness that came from Lily's fearless love. On Lily's 22nd birthday, I prepared a large diamond ring and proposed to her. That night, Lily cried uncontrollably. I kept comforting her, laughing and calling her baby. I knew I had chosen the right person. God was still kind to me. At least in my future life, I had Lily. "Lily, will you marry me?" My eyes were red because I was afraid Lily would refuse. But Lily nodded through her tears and even offered me her hand, signaling for me to put the ring on her. The next morning, Lily was woken up by me early. I combed her hair, dressed her, and even wanted to do her makeup. At 8:30 that day, we walked into City Hall hand in hand. An hour later, we walked out of City Hall holding 2 marriage certificates. We had become the most important people in each other's lives.